Hey, what is going on, everyone? I'm so glad you took your time to spend with me right here on this edition of the Make Rock and Bolt Wrestling Review Show. I am your co-host, Mike Make Rock Wilson, and last night was Monday Night Raw, live in Dallas, Texas, and what a show it was. We have lots to talk about, so let's get right to it. Last night the show opened up with the segment, the fight, so to speak, between Paul Heyman and Vince McMahon. And I like the tease, the swinging of the crunches between Vince and Paul Heyman. Vince had Heyman where he wanted him. Out comes Brock Lesnar. And then just before Brock Lesnar unleashed his fury on Vince McMahon, Triple H came out and attacked Brock Lesnar. This set on a collision course outside the ring and inside the ring as well. Brock Lesnar got bloody. He had some stitches done. And I like this build-up right now. This is really cool for the upcoming match for WrestleMania. And I do see some sort of stipulation added to this match. I think a stipulation should be added to this match because it will be that huge and is, considered a main event. Well, not the main event, but a main event for WrestleMania, and this match does need a stipulation. And with that being said, at the end of the day, they have unfinished business because Brock Lesnar broke Triple H's arm last year at SummerSlam in a no-holds-barred match. And it makes sense that if someone did break your arm, you would want revenge. So I like the logic and the concept behind this match upcoming for this year's WrestleMania. Also, last night in a one-on-one match, it was Ryback who bet Dolph Ziggler. Now, here's the interesting thing about this match. These two are very good at what they do. It was almost like these two superstars were thrown in just to have a match. And yes, they are so good, but the only thing that never came out well out of this match is Dolph Ziggler. And they really need something for Dolph Ziggler. Maybe a match between Chris Jericho at WrestleMania or anyone else who's high caliber to face Dolph Ziggler at WrestleMania, because right now Dolph Ziggler needs that push. He needs to wrestle someone in a high caliber quality and that could build up for a future championship match. And keep in mind that he does have the money in the briefcase, but remember, he has a full year. He is up until June or July at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, so maybe he might not cash it in at WrestleMania, but I do see him stealing the show and cashing in. But yet again, the build-up between Alberto Del Rio and Jack Swagger, which I will get to later, really don't need to be spoiled for Dolph Ziggler's Money in the Bank cash-in. So, well, let's just see how it goes as WrestleMania plays out. Last night, CM Punk done a promo before his main event match with John Cena, which I will also get to later on. Last night, Mark Henry bet the Great Khali, and I hope this is the last time these two face each other. Move on. The Great Khali is in the Hall of Pain right now, and let's see what happens with Mark Henry and WrestleMania. And speaking of the Alberto Del Rio and Jack Swagger build-up, these two, along with Zip Coulter and Ricardo, were on Miss TV last night, and Zip Coulter done most of the talking, and so did Alberto Del Rio. And what I like about this is that the manager on the heel side is doing most of the talking, and the wrestler on the face side is doing the most talking. So I like this little, flip side in the build-up to this match. And not only that, the build-up itself, I'm really looking forward to this match for WrestleMania. The build-up is just amazing. The Real American Jack Swagger, Zeb Coulter, controversial segments between Zeb Coulter and Jack Swagger, and in regards to immigration and anything pertaining to the United States of America. And Alberto Del Rio, yes, he is Mexican, he is Latino, he's the world heavyweight champ. It makes sense for these two superstars to go one-on-one for the world championship at WrestleMania 29. Also, Randy Orton defeated the United States champion Antonio Cesaro. The only problem I have with this is that there's no prestige to the championships, the secondary championships. Antonio Cesaro loses a match. I think Antonio Cesaro should pick his own superstars next time he wants to face anyone one-on-one. Also last night, Sheamus presented his Oscars, so to speak, a little spin-off from the Oscars the night before. And he talks about how Wade Barrett is in the movie Dead Man Down, and he does not say a word. Colin Farrell is the star of this movie, and I do like that Wade Barrett is promoting this movie. The only thing I question is why Sheamus is picking on Wade Barrett. That's really the only concern about what I have with Sheamus and Wade Barrett. I do see a match coming up. I don't know if it's a WrestleMania match because Sheamus is also busy with the Shield, and I'm really interested to see where Sheamus is going towards going to WrestleMania, because just before I go any further, the Shield came out later on and done their promo. Excellent promo. All three of them spoke, and what I like about that is that all three of them got the microphone and said their grievances to the WWE Universe, and I love that they are still having momentum on their side going into WrestleMania, and let's just see what happens with them at WrestleMania. And I like that Sheamus is still involved with them, and Randy Orton comes in from behind. RKO is one of the Shield members, and Ryback too as well. No confrontations between Ryback and the Shield. I'm a little concerned with that because of WrestleMania implications, and I hope there's build-up, maybe possibly a revenge match for Ryback against the Shield. Maybe another 3-on-3. The Shield versus Randy Orton, Sheamus, and Ryback. I hope this match does take place. Speaking of tag team matches, the tag team champions, Team Hell No, Daniel Bryan and Kane, bet the Primetime Players this had to be the most entertaining match on Raw because Kane had one arm tied behind his back. Daniel Bryan was blindfolded, and I love the little things Daniel Bryan did in this match. With the referee, checking to see the referee's patch, to see who he was, and it was just so funny, so entertaining. Daniel Bryan, he's just so good. And Kane one-arm chokeslam on Darren Young, 1, 2, 3. They got the victory. That whole segment was just, and the match itself was just flawless. It was so hilarious, those two. And let's continue this down the road to WrestleMania, please. What else happened last night? Now, speaking of the, going back to the Del Rio and the Jack Swagger segment on the Miz TV, I do like the subplot because later on WWE Active, Zeb Coulter had some words for The Miz, and then Jack Swagger attacked The Miz from behind. Hence, Jack Swagger and The Miz went one-on-one, and of course, Jack Swagger gets his momentum and beats the Miz with his Patriot Lock, which he calls it right now. And I like it. I like that he got the win. He has momentum going into the World Championship match against Del Rio. The whole build-up between this match is flawless. And And the same thing goes with the Triple H and Brock Lesnar match. And of course the predictable thing, which I'll get to next. But before I get to that, put aside John Cena's fan base. Put aside CM Punk's fan base. You had these two superstars go one-on-one. I think this was the best match on Raw, on any show, on any WWE program. It was a pay-per-view quality match. The two of these superstars worked their craft in the ring. They done a tremendous performance inside the ring in an amazing match. I can go on forever how this match was so amazing. And with that being said, John Cena got the victory. Yes, it is predictable. And I do like that. I do like that CM Punk did lose, because if it were the going into WrestleMania as a draw result, and you would have John Cena, CM Punk, and The Rock as a triple threat match for the main event at WrestleMania for the title. I rather one-on-one matches. I like the traditional one-on-one match, and I like that John Cena got the victory over CM Punk, and he will be facing The Rock for the title at WrestleMania. Now, before I closed off this segment on the MRB show, I want to go back to CM Punk's speech. And he said some things that alluded to The Undertaker without mentioning his name or anything about The Undertaker. And I'm wondering, is this teasing a future WrestleMania match between The Undertaker and CM Punk? Maybe? Yes? No? What do you think? I would love to see, right now it does make sense, and I'd love to see this match take place at WrestleMania. The Undertaker, CM Punk would be an excellent match for WrestleMania. And there's only, 4 or 5 more Raws to WrestleMania right now, and let's just see how it all plays out before WrestleMania. And I'll see you to the road of WrestleMania at April 7th. To all you Mick Rockin' Bolters out there watching this show, get plenty of rest and always do your best.